Bouncy music, please.
When the intro started, it changed my camera. I'm like, what the heck? So
it doesn't
well,
like
at least
you.
the intro worked this week.
It did work.
We got
Amazing.
the bouncy music this week.
We just didn't have a fucking cold opening like before.
I'm used to cold openings.
I'm just used to cold.
We're not talking about your ex-wives.
Well, I mean, I live in Scotland, so
that's frigid. Okay.
That's
Antarctica. What the hell, man?
Cold, I can wear a sweater.
I was waiting to say Hoth, but okay, yeah.
Hoth.
Okay.
Yeah, Hoth. Yeah. Holy crap.
Crow's last girlfriend.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that was
She
a
was
long
so
time ago.
warm to me, I called her Huff.
There we go.
Exactly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're not doing cryptids and conspiracies tonight because we started a half an hour later. We're doing a beer 30 because it's Saturday. A lot of people died this week, people we know and people we don't. And so we're going to talk a little bit about all the celebrities and come up with a few notables as well. And then talk a little bit about, I don't know, what's going on in Europe too. So
yeah,
let's kick it off. Let's get right into it. And I'm going to pull up a slideshow.
Oh God!
Oh yay!
Ta-da,
Hey, who's the broad?
That I'm glad you asked that, Mr. Abbey. That's Connie Francis.
Connie Francis.
Connie Francis passed away.
Who's
notable
sorry
singer.
now?
Yeah, pretty much. Who's sorry
singer?
now? Pretty baby.
Another singer.
Yes. Stupid Cupid, I think was.
Are there any singers still alive at this point? Because they're all dropping like flies.
There's some singer sewing machines, I'm sure.
Well, Keith Richards is still walking around. So
yeah, he still is. They got him preserved.
Surprisingly.
Him sharing the cockroaches.
Yes, exactly.
And Mick. Don't forget Mick.
Mick.
Oh, that's right.
Mick Jagger.
I was waiting to say, didn't the Stones do a concert not that long ago as well?
Yeah. When are they not doing a concert?
I think they.
Yeah, they lost the only guy that could still play. So.
Oh, I know. Holy shit. So here we have on our screen the lovely Connie Francis. She got her start in music in the 1950s. And does anybody want to venture a guess of what Connie Francis's birth name is?
I don't know. Am I going to be?
Okay. Her birth name is Conchita Rosa Maria Francanero. Now that's not Italian, is it?
No.
Well, the way you said it sounded Italian, but
that's because it is.
the way you pronounced it, maybe.
Francanero.
Well,
got the Francanero.
It sounds like Olive Garden Italian.
Remember your family.
Yes, your family.
Yeah.
Your family.
Just while you're here. Just while you're here, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she got started into music singing. Actually, her original act when she was a teenager was singing and playing the accordion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And someone...
sound like a cat's getting buggered.
Someone rightfully approached her and said, hey, look, drop the accordion. Your voice is good enough. And she did, and thankfully so. Um, so she had several different hits. Of course, one of them is "Who's Sorry Now."
Wow.
She also had "Who's Sorry Now" came out in 1958, and it was number 1 in the UK charts. I think it was in the top 5 here in the US. The following year, she came out, or later that year, "Stupid Cupid" came out, which ironically was co-written by what's his name? Neil Sedaka. Co-written by Neil Sedaka. And they didn't want her to have that song. They wrote it for somebody else.
Yeah.
But she didn't like any of the songs that they debuted for her, that they played for her. And they came up with the very last one, and it was this "Stupid Cupid." And she said, "That's the next number 1." And it did. It hit number 1 in the UK.
Oh,
Later.
nice.
And I think it was in the top 2 or 3 in the US top 100. So yeah, she's very notable for that. She did do a little. I think she did some acting, but not much.
Right.
She was from 1958 to 1964. She was the most popular female singer in the United States, and she performed. She also performed. There's a little note for you to check out there, cool. In 1967, she performed for Queen Elizabeth in Glasgow, Scotland. I think command performance, specifically for the Queen.
Yeah.
And she went through some ups and downs. Her career started taking a dive in the late 60s. She kind of fell out of favor with some people.
Right.
But she still had her number 1 hits. Her hits were still big on radio and stuff. And then in the 70s, she was assaulted in the hotel room that she was staying at, and she was found, gagged, and declothed, tied
Wow.
to a chair,
Oh,
and
lovely.
she was pretty much messed up a little bit emotionally after that, and rightfully so. She ended up suing the hotel company and won. One of the biggest payouts ever at that time, which was like just short of $2.5 million in that money back in '74.
How much would that be now?
I'm about 14.
Oh wow.
About 14 million. So yeah, but she did try to, she tried to make some other songs. A lot of the stuff that she did, all these songs, like "Who's Sorry Now," that was a remake.
Okay.
Not
sure
again,
about
the
Well, back then they had a songwriting system where they would basically, the song was like licensed out to people. That's how Carole King and Neil Sedaka and what is his name? The Cherry sang Cherry and anyway, the other Jewish guy. Anyway, but that's why they were so. That's why they had that one house and that they all stayed with. They up on the roof and all that was written there.
Yeah.
And well, basically they get these songwriting groups together and they would just like spit out these songs, and then it would match the song with the artist. The artist, yeah. And it's like the first person to do "Crazy" happened to be oh gosh, what is his name? The guy with the ponytail smokes a lot of weed.
What?
Redheaded stranger. Willie Nelson, yeah.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson's the first to record that song before they gave it to
look who's in the chat.
All right, Gobby.
Mr. Gobster talks about things in the chat, sir. Thank you so much. Loved your stream. I caught your video as well.
I caught the video, yeah.
Hey, if you want to come on, I can send you a link unless you're still battling that good old wasp in your shed of dread.
Yeah. Well, but anyway,
flash grenade. That'll do it.
So people, so basically, you find some songs that were like recorded like 18 times. They became a hit with this person. They also was a minor hit with this person, but it's the same song. But that's basically pretty common back then.
Right. Yeah, because the Stupid Cupid was made. They actually made that up for a singing group of gals, and that was the very last song that they were going to do. That they weren't even going to show her. They weren't going to do it for her. And Neil Sedaka's buddy or partner said, "Hey, let's play that other song that we did for the so and so group." And Neil Sedaka didn't want to. He argued, and they finally played it. And she said, "That's my next number one hit." And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. That was her next number one hit. So, things like that kind of happen. But yeah, you're right, Bunny. Back then, they would make the songs for the group, and then the group would just go ahead and sing them and perform them. So,
right.
But
that's anyway. What happened with like the Isley Brothers did "Twist and Shout" long before the Beatles did, but the Beatles get credit for it.
All right, Gobby, have a good one, man.
Have a good one, Gobby.
We will see you on the next one, maybe. Have a good one, man. Good night, and be safe.
Stay out of the gulags.
Yes.
Yes.
Get away from the
borscht.
Gestapo.
You know, I want that.
Yeah, the Gestapo. So she was like I said, from 1958 to 1964, she was the most famous female singer in the United States. She was very popular.
Peggy Lee, her and Peggy Lee was pretty much.
Yep. But then, of course, it's with all the things happening to her, she kind of fell off, and her career fell off a little bit. And of course, her career, she was also married a half a dozen freaking times.
Yeah.
Poor gal. I think the longest marriage she had was, I think, the last guy she was married to, which was just short of 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, just short of 20 years, and he passed away in 2022. Okay. But Connie had a lot of demons, and I can't remember what the hell she passed away of, but she passed away on the 16th of July, so the beginning of the week or the weekend, actually, last weekend.
Right. Yeah.
She passed. Very talented individual. I've heard Stupid Cupid played a lot. Sometimes familiar. It's usually during holidays. For whatever reason, I hear it usually around January, February for like Valentine's Day and stuff. And then you might hear it whatever reason. I've heard it at Christmas time. Yeah, it's a holiday made up
holiday
made up for the candy companies.
Yeah, and the flowers.
But yeah, so July, I think she was. Oh, holy shit! She was 87 years old.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, she was born, I think, like in the 40s.
Okay.
Mid 40s.
Early 40s. Then.
Yeah, so 87 years old, and yeah. So who is next on the list? Hey,
yeah, I saw that.
Theo. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, a.k.a. Theo, played on The Cosby Show, The Bill Cosby Show from 1982 to 1994.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that, yeah.
So, or was it 80? No, it was 84 to 92. I'm sorry. 84 to 92, 8 years. And, so he, I liked him on the show. I actually liked that show to an extent. The gal that played the older daughter was kind of like I didn't care for her, but the rest of the cast was pretty good.
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet. I didn't care for her. She was, I don't know.
She was the middle daughter.
Was she the middle or the oldest? I thought she was the oldest.
She was the middle.
Child. She's the middle.
Or second.
And then Raven Simone was the little kid.
Was the little kid.
Was the little one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Malcolm-Jamal Warner. I mean, he actually after that he did do some stuff with other. He had another sitcom that he did with I think Eddie Griffin that lasted about 4 seasons, and then he did another one. I just can't remember the names of them. I think from 96, 96 to 2000, he did the show with Eddie Griffin, and for 4 seasons, and he did something else for a couple seasons, and then he was in a couple of movies actually.
Such as
he was in. Well, his last notable movie was the Tuskegee Airmen. He played in that.
He was good in that one.
95 for that, and then he also played in opposite. I think it was Wesley Snipes in a movie called Drop Zone in 94.
He was in that.
I heard. I heard about that.
I've got that.
Yeah, Drop Zone. Yeah, he's in that.
I've got
that was 2 years. That movie came out 2 years after the Cosby Show ended. So,
all right, that's a great film. That one, yeah.
But and then he was like I said, the Tuskegee Airmen. I remember that. Came out. I didn't realize he was in it, but hey,
I'm gonna have to check that out now.
Yeah, but he died. I mean, he passed away really young. He was 54 when he passed away.
Yeah.
And and I don't know exactly what he died of. I can't remember.
They said like a drowning accident in Costa Rica.
Oh, that's right. He succumbed to a drowning accident. I think everybody else had some kind of illness that they passed away from. Yeah.
Okay, a drowning accident.
Yeah, that's.
You're the one who told me about it.
Yeah, I got CRS, Bunny. Can't remember shit.
Yeah.
And that's on a good day.
And that's on a good day. You know, I thought a lot better. I can think a lot better, have a better memory when I'm drinking, and I gave up alcohol. No, I can't remember shit.
That should tell you something.
What do you mean? When did you give up alcohol? I thought you liked your Mexican beer and all
that. Yeah, but for the last year, because of the fact that money is tight, that was one of the things I had to give up.
No, dear.
You want to say to that? Bullshit.
All right, it was the wife's idea. Sue me.
Well, I did not win the lottery this weekend, so drinks are not on me. So.
Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah, Malcolm-Jamal Warner passed at 54, and he passed away on the 20th.
Right. Yeah.
Of this week. So now on to the next one. Now, we were just talking about this in the back room. Chuck Mangione. Grammy Award winning, multiple Grammys for his albums and songs. Most notable, most notable ones are the "Feel So Good" song that was made mainstream from his jazz album in 77, 78. And then he was also composed the 1980 Winter Olympics theme and performed it at the closing ceremonies there in Lake Placid, and that received a Grammy as well for that. This guy, I did a little more research on this guy. He's like, him and his brother formed a band, a jazz group back in like the early 60s. And they were doing all kinds of different stuff as with a band. And once it got into the 70s, well, something happened, and all of Chuck Mangione's band, with the exception of him and his brother, because him and his brother like missed a flight or something, the freaking plane crashed and killed the whole band.
Oh crap!
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay,
I'm not sure when that was. I think it was like it was in 69 or 70 or something like that.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, crazy. Don't fly.
Well, it's funny you say that, because remember the crash the day the music died, Buddy Holly and Richie Valens
Big
and all
Bopper, and
there was a coin flip with Richie and another performer at that concert.
Isn't that Waylon Jennings?
It was Waylon Jennings.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And Waylon lost the flip. Yeah.
And Waylon lost the flip.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. It is scary. But yeah, that sucked when those three guys died. But yeah, so Chuck Mangione passed away on the 22nd. So this is the string of artists that passed away the same day. Chuck Mangione is on 22nd. He was 84 years old. And yeah, so nobody fucking knew.
No.
Nobody, I didn't know.
So
Didn't know about it.
Him and Ozzy passed on the same day.
Yeah. And so did this gentleman,
And this
George Koymans,
Yeah.
from the rock group Golden Earring. And he died the same day, 22nd. He's from the Netherlands. His group is from the Netherlands, the Golden Earring. And they had two notable songs. They were high on the charts, and they were hit number
Twilight
one here
Zone.
in the Twilight Zone in 1984, or pardon me, 1982, and Radar Love back in 1974.
Radar Love. Yeah.
Radar Love. Those two are the notable. And I used to hear Radar Love all the time on the radio back when I was a little kid, and even the early 80s. And then the Twilight Zone, I heard that song all the time too. They played at dances and all kinds of stuff, events and stuff at school. So yeah, you would hear it all the time.
Hey,
he's considered really influential when it comes to like blues style guitar in Europe.
Yeah. And then he passed away, and his he was 77 years old when he passed away. And I think he had been retired, from music for about a year or so. I'm not too sure on that, but yeah, so he passed away at 77, but left us some good music. And of course, everybody was overshadowed by Ozzy. Ozzy passed away on the 22nd as well in the morning in Birmingham, England. And obviously, everybody knows this picture is from his last concert. That he did there in Birmingham, I believe. And I think the concert was on the 5th of July or something like that, or
it was
the
like
5th
2
or
weeks
the
before.
10th or something like that.
He has he had one of the best exits since Johnny Cash.
Oh
where,
yeah,
he was on the tip of everybody's tongue when he left.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, everybody was talking about that concert, and then it's like, oh, Ozzy died, but everybody was already talking about him. It's like an easy transition to,
exactly.
Because everybody had the tributes lined up, and then the dude he exits like at the perfect time. I mean, it's just incredible. Yeah, we just talked about that.
We just talked about Connie Francis. She was the very first one on my slideshow. So, yeah, she passed away on the 16th. Hell, I could do a whole freaking stream on her. The information that I've got. Holy smokes, man!
Well, one of the things that I was watching, I was kind of doing a dive on Ozzy today, and there was like a xylophone group that works out of Richmond. They're like the Leopard Percussion Group or something like that, and these kids did this like incredible version of Crazy Train. I mean, they even did Randy Rhodes's guitar solos, but they portioned them out to these little girls or these little kids on the mallets, and they did like little parts of it. And
holy smokes!
And it just, I mean, it's jaw dropping how good they are, and it's just a bunch of little kids. I mean, I don't think any of them are above the age of 13 or 12, and Ozzy liked it so much that he commented on the video and then sent them a check to boost their what they're doing. And Ozzy and his son were doing like his reality show. They did like Ozzy and Jack's World Tour or something like that.
It was pretty good.
And during the course of that, they bring Ozzy out on this stage, and all these little kids are sitting there with their xylophones out, and they're like, "Hey, Ozzy," and thank you, Ozzy's on it, and they did it. They performed it right in front of him, and they nailed it. I mean, nice. And this is not the same group. It's like it's like some new kids are in there because they age out of it, and they absolutely nailed it. And And then he goes down there and he answers their questions. And this one little girl came up to him and says, he says, I know I'll never see you again, so I just want to let you know you're my favorite musician ever. And he said,
give me a hug. Give me a hug.
He gave me a hug, and he gave her a hug, and then he lifted her up like Randy Rhoads from that first concert. that iconic picture from that concert.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But
so here's a bit of a thing. So he and Ozzy and Lemmy from Motorhead did the song Hellraiser together, right?
Right.
Oh, wow.
Lemmy passed away a few years ago. Lemmy passed away 17 days after his last concert. Ozzy passes away 17 days after his last concert.
Wow.
So we're like, oh boy.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, another song that they wrote together, I didn't know this till today. They wrote Mama, I'm Coming Home together.
Huh. Was it Lemmy or was it Zach Wilde? Because Zach Wilde performed on that.
Well, it was Lemmy and Ozzy kind of had it, and then they took it to the band to flesh it out. But that the concept came from both Lemmy and Ozzy. That they like 6 songs that they came up together, and then they went to the band and kind of fleshed it out. So,
because I thought Zach Wilde was the one that performed the guitar, the acoustic on that song.
Yeah, he did. I'm not saying they performed it. I'm saying that he and Lemmy came up with the idea and some of the lyrics.
Co-wrote it together.
And then
okay.
To the band, and then the band came up with the music. I don't know. Am I speaking English here? Yeah.
What language is that? I can't understand.
Evidently, it's not English. I hear English, but maybe I'm not speaking English. I don't know.
No, speaking English.
Okay, all right.
I do not want to understand, Commandant.
Yes.
I just thought that was funny, like the softest song that Ozzy ever did, and one of the hardest rocking guys on the planet, and him both came up with it together. And so I just like that. Talk about, a person you wouldn't expect to come up with a ballad like that. Lemmy, what?
Yeah.
No,
you know what?
Speed metal himself.
People talk
literally
say that the heavy metalers aren't, that good of musicians, but they can write these freaking ballads that are just knock you down.
I've got a theory on that. You look at all these. You look at a lot of these heavy metal songs and stuff, and if you're to slow them down, they are actually written as ballads. They're just sped up.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. There's some that aren't. But I mean,
case in point, a lot of these guys, like I don't know, was it who did CC DeVille play for? Was it Cinderella?
Poison.
Okay, so in an interview, he said he told somebody that he went to Juilliard.
Yeah.
And one of his teachers was Itzhak Perlman, the violinist. And so, I mean, if you've got guys that are actually going to music school, like a place like Juilliard or someplace.
Or the Brookline.
Or the Brookline, I mean.
Well, Randy Rhoads was classically trained. And he was planning on, Ozzy says that if he lived, he probably would have left rock and roll altogether and gone into classical guitar and basically writing orchestras. Because that was the trajectory he was on. Yeah. Every single city that they would stop in, Randy would find a local guitar teacher and go and see if they could learn something new. The kid was a sponge. So Ozzy is still in awe of him. I mean, still in awe of him.
Yep. I mean, there's an end of an era with Ozzy's passing. I mean, and he performed with a lot of people, a lot. Lita Ford. I mean, he's with that. He's done a lot of his rap guys. He did some stuff with like Busta Rhymes. What the hell's that other group? He did that song on the Howard Stern album. With another rap, without more than just one rap guy, 2 different guys. It was just nowhere to run.
There's another song. There's another song that's going to come out pretty soon. It's the last song he did, and he did it with Post Malone.
All right, Post Malone.
Well, I'll tell you, the moment that I remember the most from his reality show. this made me laugh for a solid hour after I saw this. But Sharon had booked him in the state of Texas, and she'd booked him like in Austin, San Antonio, Houston.
He's been banned from San Antonio, though.
Well, maybe not San Antonio, but somewhere Dallas, maybe Dallas. Okay, it wasn't San Antonio, but she had booked him like back to back to back, and he was just coming off of like he stepped off a stage and like sprained his ankle or something, and he was like rehabbing that. And she like booked him all these shows, and he's like, he just sat there just cussing her for like they kept it running for like 10 or 15 minutes. So he's just cussing her like, I'm not bloody, blah blah blah. F and it's F and that. How dare you do? He's like, I can't do this. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Right. And then next thing you know, they did this perfect edit where it's like, hello, Austin. Hello, Houston. Hello, Dallas. Because you saw Sharon just sitting there kind of like waiting him out, taking the damage, and just waiting him out. And then next thing you know, he's doing exactly what she wanted him to do, and that was their relationship, She just had him, But
that was such a great show.
There's a clip running around. If you guys look it up later, he's on the Graham Norton show. And he's talking about getting his driver's license for the first time in the U.S. And he was all like, I went in there and I had a bottle of vodka in my pocket and stuff, and he's all like, they're all like, they really don't like the Graham Norton asked him, did you test on a stick or automatic? It's like, well, when you're drunk, you can drive on anything.
Oh man! Well, the actual I actually saw a breakdown of the bat, the biting the head off a bat story. Okay,
yeah.
So this is what they were like. They were rubber bats up to that point, and that people, he had people off stage would throw him a rubber bat, and he'd bite the head off of it or whatever, and everybody's like, oh no, he's crazy, he's a madman, But somebody from the crowd threw an unconscious bat, a real bat on the stage, and he's just doing his thing, and he just picks it up, and then he looks over, and Sharon's going, Tommy, it's real.
Yeah, she's like screaming at him.
And then after the show, he's like he had to get like rabies shots.
Rabies.
Well, he did the same kind of thing. They were in some kind of meeting with music executives.
Yes,
somewhere in New York.
Exactly. That's where the bad thing came from. Yeah.
Well, he bit the head off a dove because they released doves into the room, and there's a picture of him with blood on his face and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going like, oh Jesus.
He was sitting on one of them's lap, but he had blood like pulling down his lip, and there's a iconic picture. But what happened is they went into this. They're trying to impress these record executives, and Sharon's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna put some doves in your pocket," and then you just like at one point you're just gonna let them release them, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's just the thing," and so he came in just drunk. I mean, drunk.
Yeah,
and he went in there and he was like stumbling around the room, and he like released the doves like she told him to, but then he sat on this secretary's lap, and he thought he didn't like the way that they were looking at him, and so he picks up a dove and just bites his head off while he's sitting in this lady's lap, and he and throws the flapping bird into the corner, that spits the head out onto the table.
God,
and he's like, there's executives in there like just like
horrified,
throwing up and horrified, and then
he left an impression.
The security were dragging him out of there because he said leave an impression. He's like, I'll leave a bloody profession. And they're dragging him out of there. And she said she had peed herself. She was so mad at him. And she's like, we'll never get a record contract. We'll never. But evidently they saw something that they wanted or they liked because he got the contract. But he said leaving it.
Scared not to give him a contract.
Dollar signs.
But that's why he started biting stuff off the heads off of stuff in the concerts is because of that story, and that actually happened though. There's pictures of it.
The cameo he did in Little Nicky.
Oh
yes,
at the very end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where he bit the head off the.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, I was watching the VH1 like behind the music. It's pretty much why they did the Osbournes, just because it showed him with his family, and it's like here's my bird. He's like showing his parakeet. He's like, he's my bird, and then he grabbed the bird and he's like.
I think I saw that one.
And you hear little Jack go, "Don't do that, you'll get impetigo." And VH1 is like, that could be a show.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it did become a show.
it's so funny because they got Pat Boone to do a cover of "Crazy Train."
He did the whole freaking album, dude.
Yeah,
He
Pat
did
Boone.
and Ozzy used it for the theme song of the show.
yeah. And guess what? They live next door to each other.
Yes. Yeah, he said he was the best neighbor he ever had, Pat Boone.
Well, people don't know this, but Pat Boone was like friends with some heavy duty people, and he could party.
Oh God, yeah.
He could
Oh,
party.
yeah.
I mean, he had that
Yeah.
clean image, but the dude could party, man.
Yeah, he
He
could hold
wasn't
his
too
own.
far behind.
He could hold his own. That's for
I think
sure.
he did like a metal covers album too.
He did.
He did.
Yes. One of them
Yeah.
was Crazy Train. Yeah.
Well, remember he came out as like the MTV Music Awards, and he
Yeah.
came out in leather with his,
Yeah.
like, with his
The
chest
freaking
out.
nipple rings and shit
Yeah.
on, and it's like, what the hell?
I think I don't know who was he.
I forgot who was this.
He was with Metallica.
Yeah,
that's right. It
That
was
is right,
Metallica.
yeah.
Oh,
Metallica,
Yeah.
nice.
And Lars is kind of like Lars
Yeah.
is like, hey, this is happening.
this is yeah, exactly. Oh shit.
Oh man, we used to
Yeah.
have fun. We used to have fun, man. We
Yes.
really did.
We used to have
Yeah.
fun. Holy crap. But yeah, good old Ozzy, an end of an era. He influenced a lot of people to do stuff. He performed with a lot of people. He collabed with a lot of people from all different music genres. Like I said, the rap guys. I'm sure if he'd have had a chance, he'd have done a song with Pat Boone, for crying out loud.
Well,
Probably
You
would.
never know.
I heard it best said that when people like to compare him to Ronnie James Dio, who was like that followed him in Black Sabbath, and Dio had like his big kind of operatic kind of voice. He's just a booming operatic voice, a little tiny guy, but he had this gigantic voice, and people were like, he got mad because we kept comparing him to Ozzy, and he's like there is no comparison between me and Ozzy. He's like, Ozzy's Ozzy. Nobody sounds like him. Nobody looks like him. Nobody moves like him. He's like, stop freaking comparing me to freaking Ozzy Osbourne, because it is
Right.
a freaking.
That's why he left Black Sabbath. Started Dio.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he drank himself out of that job, but Sharon she came to like collect money that he was owed because she was his agent's daughter.
Right.
And she found him like in the Hollywood, that famous Hollywood motel, and she found like there was pizza boxes everywhere, bottles everywhere. He drank himself to a stupor, and he was just pitiful. And she came to get the money, and he's like, "Ain't no money. What are you talking about, money?" And but she's like, "You're Ozzy Osbourne. Surely we can do something with you,
Right.
Yeah.
And so her dad was done with him, but she was like, she's like, I know there's something left in this, this guy. If I can just get him on stage in front of people, and that's about all she managed to do sometimes. But it by God, it worked.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. But he passed away on the 22nd, and music's loss. Several people.
One more story.
Yeah, go ahead.
When Randy Rhoads came to try out for Ozzy Osbourne, he was almost. He was sauced. He was like totally sloshed, like normal. Pretty much all he was. That's pretty much him every day that around then. But he sat there and he was sitting there, and nobody thought he was even listening. And Randy just shreds his butt off, and everybody's jaws are dropping. But Ozzy didn't even budge, right? He's just like sitting down there and kind of like looked like he's nodded off. And then they're like, okay, we're done, and they're sort of they started like they decided to wake Ozzy up after Randy had already left at that point, and Randy's like he's like, when's the guy going to start? And they're like, well, he's been playing for the last 45 minutes. He's like, I thought I dreamed that. He said, there's nobody that could play like that. I thought I was dreaming it. He's like, get him back in here,
Yeah. Holy crap.
I mean, he thought imagined it. He thought he imagined that somebody could be that good,
Yeah.
Right.
Randy Rhoads was,
otherworldly, man. Otherworldly.
Yep.
I mean, you can make Eddie Van Halen mad or jealous of you. You're good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, now we go into Friday, the 20. Yeah, Hulk Hogan passed away on the 24th.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
And most of you know him as Hulk Hogan. He's also Terry Bollea.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Abby and I both remember in the 80s, mid 80s, and on Saturday mornings watching WWF.
Yeah.
You know, WWF, man, on Saturdays. You have Hogan and the Sheik and Roddy and all these guys beating the living crap out of each other. There was a picture I saw when I found this picture. There was a bunch of other pictures. There was one with Hogan. This is back, I think, in the mid to late 80s. And he was standing next to Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And he was actually interviewing Andre the Giant. He had a microphone in his hand. He was talking to Andre. And he had his, yellow tank top on and his wrestling gear on and sunglasses. And he was damn near as tall as Andre. I think Andre had him by about 6 to 8 inches.
Right.
But he was, at that time, that was his prime. He's bigger, thicker, everything. But holy smokes. But a lot of people were bagging on him on the internet when he died, and all those assholes
I heard of it.
were just beating up on him and pissing on him because of shit that he did in the past and that he made atonements for. He apologized to people privately and publicly.
Yeah,
over stuff.
As far as I'm aware, the racist incident was just one.
Wasn't
it? It was just the one.
Well, there was
that we know of.
There was one that happened. I think actually it was between him and another wrestler.
Okay.
I think it was Devon Dudley or the Dudley Boys.
Could have been.
But Devon posted on X. He said, he basically told the story kind of just said, hey, look, you know what? He apologized to me and I accepted his apology and he treated me very well. He treated me very well. We were good friends after all that. And the good book said, the Lord says you got to forgive. And I forgave him and, all that stuff. The other incident was something that somebody recorded a phone call and he was talking to his daughter.
Yeah, I know about that one. Yeah.
That's the one that went public. And that was the one where some tabloid got a hold of it.
Gawker.
Yeah, Gawker. Yeah, and he sued him out of existence, thank God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're the ones that posted that sex tape of him and some radio news guy.
Maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the one he sued the hell out of for that incident. But I know they played the tape of him phone conversation.
Yeah.
With him and his daughter, and she was going to be dating some black guy, and he used the N-word on the phone in what was supposed to be a private phone call.
Yeah.
So who was recording it?
Who knows who recorded it? Probably her. Who knows?
Well, I know him and his daughter have been estranged for several years at this point. So I don't know what's the deal is.
That could have been it.
I think they talked a couple of years ago or something like that. I think.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people were saying in the wrestling business, other former and current wrestlers were saying that if it were not for Hogan, you wouldn't have
No.
a lot of the things that wrestlers have now. That you wouldn't have the wrestlers going into acting. You wouldn't have these superstars, these larger than life people
Yep.
with merchandise and everything else. Before Hulk Hogan, there really wasn't any of that.
No.
Hulk
was
Hogan, his
the
personality and his persona of Hulk Hogan, he marketed it big time, and he put professional wrestling on the map.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Obviously, he and Vince McMahon obviously catapulted that sort of superstar status in wrestling, and it's it has been tried. They've tried to duplicate it, but it just never worked the same. Yeah, they've done other things, but that Hulk Hogan type character, there is only one Hulk Hogan, and they were never able to sort of replicate that.
No,
you can't.
So,
no,
because he had a charisma that came out.
Yeah,
on stage.
certain gimmicks, certain gimmicks and characters you can refresh and rehash and do a whole bunch of things with it, but not like that. No, not like that.
And I mean, I think it was, Ted DiBiase put a video out.
Yeah, he was one of the first ones to put out.
Yeah, put out said that there was only one Hulk Hogan, and he did more for wrestling. What he did for the sport, the industry.
TMZ reported it like a half hour after it went public.
Yeah,
and they interviewed Ric Flair.
They did. I haven't.
And
really
Ric Flair is inconsolable. He's sitting there bubbling and crying, and he can't stop. And it's just like, it's hitting him hard.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I said to somebody, that all the old school wrestlers that started in the 70s and stuff, they're almost all gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ric Flair and I don't know who else. Maybe Jake the Snake Roberts,
Jake's still around.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake's still around. I saw an interview with Brutus Beefcake earlier today. That was on TMZ as well. So he was talking about
they were real good friends.
Yeah, they were.
He wouldn't have had a career if it wasn't for Hulk.
No, and he said as much. He said as much in the interview, that Hulk made him, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
And there's a lot of wrestlers like that can trace back to Hulk Hogan, how he helped elevate their career.
Oh yeah.
Well, there are like two ways of looking at Hulk. Go ahead, Carl. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Hulk Hogan is definitely on most people's Mount Rushmore of wrestlers.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Well, but there are two ways of looking at Hulk, and where he gets the bad press that ignoring that one racial slur and things like that, and the whole Gawker thing. That some people like praise him because of that, because they got rid of Gawker.
Exactly.
A lot of celebrities love him for that.
Right.
The leftists not so much, but But the thing about it is though is what he did do a lot of behind the scenes shenanigans to stay on top. He did. He did practically destroy WCW. Yes, that's pretty well documented.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would go out and he would change storylines right before the match starts. Somebody else is supposed to win, but no, we're going to change it.
Well, he gave himself plot armor in WCW, and it destroyed the product.
Partially.
And yes, he did deboost things and push himself into like main events and stuff like that. However, what you cannot deny is there was wrestling before Hulk Hogan and there's wrestling after Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
And, The Rock doesn't happen if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And he has said this. But he broke all the barriers. I mean, I remember seeing him in Rocky 3 going, what the hell is that?
Thunderlip.
Thunderlip, the ultimate male,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And Sylvester Stallone's this larger than life figure, and he just picked him up like a baby and like held him up in the air.
Threw him in the crowd.
Yeah.
And we had not seen anything, that massive before. And and I mean, Andre the Giant was kind of like in the zeitgeist a little bit, but but we hadn't seen somebody like, that was just because he's so massive. He's like a one-off. But this dude is just like the muscles of this dude, and the charisma, and the fact that he understood kayfabe to a degree that nobody had before. Right. It made sense. He knew. Well, he could tell when the crowd was turning. He could tell when the crowd was just about like at the edge of despair, and then he would turn it on. Yeah. And those instincts were like nobody ever had them before, and nobody has had them since.
What about the classic? Well, I mean, it's a classic now, but the classic match between Hogan and The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Hogan's the bad guy.
Hollywood Hogan.
Rock's the good guy, but everybody flips.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody flips. It wasn't planned. It just happened, and they went with it. And Hogan was a good guy again.
And Rock, Rock talks about that match. Rock talks about that match. He's all like, I haven't been in a match where I've had that much electricity outside of the ring. Haven't been in a match like that since or even before that.
Yeah.
I haven't had that happen, that feeling again.
And they were calling that match live. I mean, they trusted each other so much that they were basically, while they were in a grapple, they were like, we need to do this and
do this. Yeah.
And they were just like planning it on the fly. And because they're both at the pinnacle of their abilities, and the Hulk was just going with it, because he trusted Rock, and Rock had everybody, the pulse of the modern, and he just went with it. But the thing that he gets a lot of hate for right now is because of the RNC, and and people, people are talking about how that was like cheesy, but everybody that was there, I've seen so many people on social media that were there that night, and they said, I have never felt the crowd just rise up like that.
Yeah, no,
he could do it.
That's the thing, isn't it?
At his age, that long out of the spotlight, and he still knew how to twist a crowd and turn them on like that.
He's like akin to a preacher, that can do that kind of stuff.
That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, Trump has had a long enjoyment of wrestling.
Yeah.
So
he must have had a few WrestleManias where he actually participated. Trump.
Yeah, he did. That's our president, man. We got a WWF president.
He knocked the hell out of old McMahon a couple times.
You see what he did? You saw what he did with Jerome Powell the other day. He's still doing WWE stuff, man. Because he's like the guy. He tells the guys like, well, we are over budget. It's over 3 points. And Jerome Powell's like, no, we're not. And he's like, sick. Pulls it out. Waits it out.
Here you go, bud.
Hands it to him. I was like, oh baby,
Did you see that? I mean, Trump before he got in office was on the Undertaker's podcast.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Did you see that? Nice. Yeah, with Kane as well. He was there as well.
Nice. Well, Kane, he was mayor for a while.
He's a Republican mayor, Tennessee.
He still is.
Yeah. Tennessee.
Because he talked about it. He was on an interview about Hulk Hogan as well. So I saw that the other day.
Right. But I mean, you think by now, as many shirts as we've seen him tear off, you think by now it wouldn't get to you. But I was watching that live, and I was like, that was crazy.
Yeah, when he took it off, it's like, shit. And the whole place went nuts. Well,
Do you know what I did the other day when I found out that Hulk had passed? I've got WWE 2K24, the wrestling game. I actually had a tag team match with Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and Hulk won. So
Well, I saw people talking about that game in it, and they're like, everybody had to agree not to get the Hulk Hogan. You know, it's no, nobody goes for Hulk Hogan. You know, if you go for Hulk Hogan, you cheated. You know,
well,
they had him so overpowered in some of those earlier games. You know,
sadly, I do believe that there was with the current one that's out now, there was supposed to be some heavily featured Hulk Hogan in it, but I don't know what they're doing with that. I haven't got that one. I've got last year's one.
Right. Well, R.I.P. Hulkster.
Yeah. Rest in peace. I mean, I remember the cartoons back in the 80s too.
Oh God, I saw a little
cartoon
of that,
thing for a little while. They were kind of funny.
That Thunder in Paradise, I saw a little of that. That was
that TV show. Yeah. He actually, I'll tell you this much, he actually played a good part in that show.
Yeah, I thought
his acting was not too bad at all in that show.
No. He did like a mercenary series with Carl Weathers and Shannon Tweed, but I forget what that was called.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was. But yeah, he did the Thunder Paradise.
Suburban Commando is my favorite, but I don't have it. I've
never watched that.
Mr. Nanny. Mr. Nanny was pretty good. Yeah,
that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah. Mr. Nanny.
What about No Hold Barred?
Zeus.
Zeus.
Yeah, that was
the world.
Yeah. That dude was also a cupcake. I've heard nothing but good things about him.
Yeah.
Tiny Lister. Yeah.
Tiny Lister. Yep.
He's cool.
Tiny Lister.
Well,
he was good in the
Debo from Friday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Friday. Shit. Friday and the next Friday.
Yeah.
Both of those.
Yeah.
Well,
good movie. So there's the Hulk Hogan. Now I do have one notable that I found completely on accident.
Okay.
There's a notable here. This gentleman here, Bobby Sherman.
Yes, I remember him.
Bobby Sherman. He passed away on June 24th of this year at age 81. This is another individual right here that I could do one whole stream on. I still need to do more because
he was Justin Bieber before Justin Bieber.
Yeah, he actually was one of those teen heartthrob guys back in the mid to late 60s,
like a David Cassidy type.
Or a Wesley or somebody like that.
Right.
He was one of those guys, and he
Ricky
played that gig until I think early 70s. But yeah, he had some songs out that were pretty good. A lot of singles. He had get my info sheet here.
And the computer goes down.
And the computer goes down. And it's gone. No. And it's gone.
Got it.
Okay.
Where the hell is the list?
See, it's told you.
The list. Okay, so he played in a couple of television shows, television series. Here Comes the Brides, 68 to 70. He did. He was asked to sing with a band in Hollywood by none other than Sal Mineo back in 64. Got himself a contract with Decca Records for a small label. Let's see, where are we at here? I'm looking. Where the hell are you? Here we go. So he released 107 songs,
Jesus.
23 singles, and 10 albums between 1962 and 1976. 7 of his songs were in the top 40 hits. He earned 7 gold singles, 1 platinum single, and 5 gold records. In 1969, he signed with Metro Media Records and released the single "Little Woman," which peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. And then it was number 2 in Canada. It spent 9 weeks in top 20. The Little Woman did. He sold over 1 million copies. He was awarded a gold disc for that back in 1969. So yeah, and then he did a little bit of television here and there, but what he really loved was being a paramedic. He was training. He left the music industry. I'm going to paraphrase a lot of this. He left the music industry. I think back in the mid 70s, 74, 75, and went training to become a sheriff's deputy and a paramedic. From about that time on till I think all the way through the 80s and early 90s, he was with the LAPD, and he was a trainer for a paramedic for the police department. He also he got on to the sheriff's department in San Bernardino and was also another paramedic trainer there, and he enjoyed it. He stepped away from music and acting and everything, and he was 81 when he passed away. So he appeared on the Johnny Carson show. He also appeared with Jay Leno on the Carson show or on the Tonight Show. He was in a cult film called Get Crazy. He did quite a few cameos here and there and everywhere. He was on an episode of Emergency, Abby. Yep. In the third season. He was on an episode there. He did, most of his he went back to school to take the paramedic course, stuff like that. And he kept on all the way up through, I think, in 2017. And then he retired completely and then passed away. Passed away in his sleep. At 81 years old. So, yeah, and that's it. That's all we got.
I got one more.
Oh, you got one more. Okay, what do you got? Who you got?
All right.
Who you got?
The reason why we're not doing cryptids and conspiracies this week is because my long-term roommate, housemate, we got a house here, we're just not just in one room. We've been friends since 2010, and it was one of those friendships that, you meet somebody and it's like you've known each other 50 years. He's a storyteller. He had been an actor all over this country. He's off Broadway several times. Just like one step away from Broadway. He was in did the Dutch Apple Dinner Theater circuit. He also did the Chillicothe, Shenandoah, and up there at Chillicothe, Ohio, I think. But that Tecumseh, the Tecumseh outdoor drama. He studied at UCLA a couple years. He was all over the country doing acting. Late in his life, he started. Tried to go to school and got one bad degree, but then he got another degree that was more practical, and he actually got a decent paying job. And he went on late in his life, like in his 60s, to redesign a whole entire CAD program for this the factory that he was working at. We're talking a genius here. He's been on this channel, my channel. Telling a ghost story because he grew up in a haunted house.
Ghost stories. We got that episode. Yep,
that's right.
Yep.
And but we also did we did the Midlife the Crisis musical on we did on the other channel when we did the Wookie Bunny show, and so I uploaded a scene from that. One of his favorite things he's ever done. But it's called Empty Nest. And I did the checks on YouTube system. It came back completely copyright free, so we shouldn't get struck. But who the heck knows?
Yeah, they work.
Don't say the K word.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, all
right.
It's one of the funniest things that I've ever seen, and I think it speaks for itself. If you've ever had a kid that you can't get rid of, that won't leave the house, or if you've ever been that kid, I don't know. This is for you. It's called Empty Nest. So.
Anytime you need a shoulder to cry on, you just give me a call, okay? All right, bye-bye.
Oh, honey, what's wrong?
I was just talking with Julie. Her youngest is leaving for Harvard, pre-med.
She's taking it hard, is she?
Yeah, and it just makes me think of our situation.
Yeah, I understand. Well, honey, as everyone knows, have a baby, soft and sweet, with tiny hands and dimpled feet. They turn 18 just like a shot, and then they leave for college. Hey, Mom! When you're done folding my laundry, could you take it up to my room? Hey, peace. Ours did not. Some kids are green-headed Harvard. Some are future Yale alums. Some with success turn to Duke or Northwestern. Some are just bums. Bums!
Some students trained to be lawyers.
Other youngsters learn life.
Straight A's are garnered by some kids at Harvard.
Some suck you dry. It's your fault you spoke him to way too late.
It's your fault you never had a spine.
It's your fault you breastfed till he was 8.
7!
9! Others get a PhD.
Some go to IU.
And others NYU. Some go to MIT. But our kid goes to KFC. Dad, can I borrow the car? Thanks. I'll drive careful. You know, there's really no need. Some parents are having parties.
Some are having sex again.
Hi! Some spend their Sundays at home in their undies, or some roast beyond them. Lord, we should have used the condom. Some kids are curing diseases. Other children dare to dream. But patience has been here. If he comes back in here, God in heaven, I will hold that. No, listen. I know it's been difficult with me living here and all. But my girlfriend Amy and I have decided we're going to live together. Amy, come on in. Welcome home. Hey, let's go far. Now wait up. Will we ever get any rest? These an empty nest.
That's too funny.
That was hilarious.
But that whole play was funny as hell. It was good.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't
And
know
he
you could
directed
act,
it.
let alone
He
sing.
directed it. He directed it. He did all the blocking. He designed the backdrop and I mean the whole design of it. And
Wow.
he basically then he had to step in last minute because he had an actor drop out and he had to play one of the parts. And he introduced that when that play first started. He was one of the first cast members of the after it came out of like previews. He was for one of the first cast members. So we lost a giant and nobody even knew that he was there. But there's a book there's a great book that he wrote that I'm going to try to get republished and put back out there. But he got published by American Girl, a legitimate publisher. And then guess what date it hit the shelves? 2001, September 11th.
I was thinking that.
Oh crap!
That's when it hit the shelves.
Monday, September 11th.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that.
And the momentum never came back. But I've read the book and it's just an incredible book. And but he never really tried to get it republished. He had the rights to it and everything. But
Right.
But he's written over 30. I think it's like 32 plays or something, and they're in production somewhere in America today. He had a First Stage Theater. It was a children's theater that he ran in Pennsylvania, and there's a bunch of kids that went through there that later on went to careers on Broadway, and in television and things like that. And he just I was honored to know him, and yeah. So,
Yeah.
But I'm glad you guys got to meet him at least a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But,
His ghost story was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah, his sister could tell it a little bit better than him, but he was just a storyteller in general. But what's that particular scene? He made that costume himself, and
That was funny.
and he basically went. He took a walk downtown, and he's like, I looked for kids that I was like, I hate that kid, and every time he saw something that had a quality that he just absolutely despised, he's like,
That's what he used. Yeah.
that's what he used, like the bandana, thing, the Monster energy drink pullover.
Yeah.
He looked especially for that one. 'cause
Pants
he's so
hanging
close.
down past his ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
he had to sew those on to his underwear.
Right.
So that was- yeah, he sewed them onto the underwear so it didn't fall around his ankles.
Nice.
But he wanted them so low that it impeded his ability to walk. And
Well, he was true to reality there with that outfit.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But that whole thing where he stood on the step to kind of lifted his leg up to get up
Yeah.
the steps, he literally had to do that. I mean, that wasn't just pantomime. He literally had to do that. There's another one that we did. It was where we did. It's called Weekend Warriors, where we're three wannabe basketball stars.
Oh yeah, that
And,
was a good scene.
Yeah, he wore a belly shirt in that one, but his belly was flat enough. It wasn't that it wasn't that. Yeah, but yeah, he wore a belly shirt in that one. but he's just all around ham, just a great guy. And world lost something.
He will be missed.
Friday.
Yeah.
That he didn't even know it had.
He
So.
will be missed.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm going to be
rest in
doing.
peace, Craig.
I thought I was speaking at his funeral, but when they showed me the program today, and it turns out I'm giving the eulogy. So.
Oh.
Okay. Oh boy.
So I'm like, oh, okay, let's eulogize let's eulogize a life like that. That's not going to be that's not going to be hard at all. They gave me 5 minutes, and I'm like,
Cotton in the chat.
Right.
Welcome, Cotton. You're just in time for us to cut the show.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's time for us to sign off.
Yeah, we're signing off. Anyway,
but anyway, thanks for letting me do that. Thanks for letting me do
no
that.
problem at all.
No,
Yeah, absolutely.
That was funny.
So I want to thank
That was fun.
Abby for being here, and Cruel, and of
Thanks for
course
having
T
us.
Bunny, and everybody in the chat who stopped in. Dobby, Cotton, John's Longbox. Thanks guys for jumping in the chat and everything. And we look forward to seeing you on the next one, which I don't know when that will be. And maybe for my channel, it might be next Friday night at 4:30 Pacific. But that's going to be the 1st of August, and it won't be here on YouTube. It'll be on Rumble,
That's right.
exclusive,
Rumble.
and then hopefully Saturday night we'll continue on with Cryptids and Conspiracies, depending on how you're doing, Bunny.
Yeah.
So
I should be back up and at him by then.
okay,
So
Well,
cool.
no need to rush it if you're
I
not.
wanna make a shout out, and I didn't put their link in the description, but a shout out to Madness Entertainment is a YouTube channel that Kurt from Eccentric Comics was on today. He did a draw stream, and they were kind enough to send me a link into the chat or to the thing, and I got on the chat and was going back and forth with them. There's a pretty good crew of individuals, and I got some subs for it too from them. But it's Madness. I think it's Madness Entertainment. They're comic books, but they do a little bit of everything that we kind of do, pop culture stuff and mysteries and things like that. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. Anyway, everybody have a great rest of your evening, your great weekend, and hope to see everybody soon. And so we're headed out. Goodbye, everybody, and
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
We all just want to party. Yes, we don't care.